no one seems to notice me. Isn't it a sin? What a crazy world we're living in. How's your father? How's your father? Brown bread.
Hello campers. I'm going to have a little rant today, I have to say. OfCom, our wonderful communications regulator, there is a reason why they should stick to mobile phone companies and dealing with children, because basically when you look at the ins and outs of it, they are clearly run by children. Myself and Phil had some dealings with OfCom probably a couple of years ago now. We met two lovely ladies, really nice friendly people, who are trying to implement rules that make zero sense. And well, it just proves to me that they make it up as they go along. If you look at the things that have happened, not only to Phil's channel, but to lots of other channels as well in recent times. So we'll look at the BBC's influence first of all, which is another vile organisation that I'm going to rip apart in another video a little bit later on. BBC first of all. Joe Brand goes on I don't know what programme it was, it might have been Question Time or something like that, and basically says that the people that were throwing milkshakes and other such soft drinks at Nigel Farage would have been better off throwing battery acid. I would have said that that is a clear case of inciting violence. But no, the BBC and their stupid, worthless, woke millennials that clearly run it now decided no, there's nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely not. Dismissed it out of hand, because it would appear that the BBC are still self-regulating, although they are supposed to now be under the strict control of OfCom. Clearly that's not actually happening at all. They do what they want when they want. Then along comes Sophie Ducker. Sophie Ducker is allegedly a comedian. I don't find anything funny about her whatsoever. To be fair, I don't find anything funny about most of our modern comedians. They're just not funny. But again, on a BBC programme, she uttered the words, "Kill Whitey." 1,300 people complained. The BBC, no problem at all. She is perfectly entitled to say that. I would like to imagine what would happen if anybody on Phil's channel was to say, "Kill Brownie." I would imagine that that would erupt in the most horrendous attacks from everywhere you can imagine. The police would be involved and whoever said it would be carted off. But because Sophie Ducker happens to be a woman of colour, she can say what she likes. Kill Whitey. 1,300 people complain. No, says the BBC. That's not a problem at all. Then, take the BBC to one side. ITV. Diversity. That ashtray ukulele, whatever his name is, I ain't got a lot of time for him to be honest with you, decides that their section on, was it Britain's Got Talent? Their featured spot, they're going to have a big tribute to Black Lives Matter, the now clearly known to be Marxist, hard left-wing organisation. And quite rightly too, 24,500, I think, people complain to OfCom. They have to complain to OfCom because that's ITV, that's not the BBC, who look after their own affairs, do what they like. So OfCom are looking after ITV. And in a matter of days, I think it was just over a week, no. The 24,500 people clearly have no grounds for complaint whatsoever. Dismissed, go away. All of that may on the surface appear to many of you out there to be, well, okay, it's just the way that things work. Until you look at what's happened to Spotlight TV over the last 2 years. There is a show on the channel called Shamrock City. It's a teleshopping show. It has been for many years before it came onto Spotlight. I think it's probably been going about 10, maybe even 12 years as a shopping program, shopping channel program. Never been any different. But about 2 years ago, allegedly, OfCom received a complaint 2 years ago, alleging that this program was promoting CDs for sale. Well, surprise, surprise, it's a teleshopping show. It has been for 12 years. Yes, that's what they do, and are perfectly entitled to do so as well. But no, we need to look into this. And that was the result of Phil and myself 2 years ago having a meeting with OfCom. And it has once again reared its head. We have received a complaint. I've got to say, I'm not accusing anybody of any wrongdoing. I actually don't think that they've had any complaints at all. I think it's somebody sitting at home, working at home for OfCom, probably some 12-year-old with a pointless modern university degree that ain't worth the paper it's written on, got bored twiddling his thumbs and thought, who can I pick on today that might not bite back? Oh, I know. So again, it's come up, and these things drag on for months and months and months and waste so much of Phil and Phil staff's time because Ofcom feel that they are putting you, our viewers, at risk by having a show on that might be trying to sell you something. Doesn't matter if it's Good Morning Britain or This Morning or the BBC Breakfast Show, they can have guests on that sell stuff all the time, constantly and blatantly, but if we put it on Spotlight TV, that's putting you at risk, because Ofcom, in their infinite wisdom, believe that the great British public do not have sufficient common sense to know when they're being sold to. And I've got to say, if that is really the case, then maybe you shouldn't be watching the television at all. But this is where I have said for a number of years now that Ofcom have absolutely zero place anymore in regulating TV. They don't get it right, they get it wrong lots and lots and lots of times. We've had foreign funded channels on here. Russia Today, that I believe still broadcast. There was a time when the Chinese Communist Party had television programs that the Ofcom would not go anywhere near, presumably for fear of upsetting somebody, but they're quite happy to pick on the small independent channels, people like us, probably people like Talking Pictures, who are struggling to give something to the people that the people want, that they're not going to ever going to get from the BBC, because the BBC is a shower of shite, let's be honest. As I say, there is another video coming up about the BBC, because something has happened this week that has absolutely infuriated me. We'll talk about that in the next video. But if you're sitting there thinking that you're all nice and safe because Ofcom are looking after your interests, think again. Ofcom are a shower of the worst possible kind, and they should just be left to look after the telephone companies and the cell companies that are clearly up to no good most of the time, and leave television to somebody that's a little bit more grown up. That's it. Rant over. See you next time.
How's your father?